5 Agent Provocateur pieces I wish I'd bought. As I just lately mentioned on the TLA Patreon, there's a lot about lingerie business that's by no means preserved. And so I imagine articles like this one are a small, if insufficient, means of preserving a few of that historical past. Like the Mimi holiday characteristic I did nearly a year in the past, immediately's installment focuses on one model, Agent Provocateur. As is true for a lot of lingerie addicts, proudly owning a chunk of Agent Provocateur was my holy grail. Seps with names like Cendrillon and Nikita beckoned, promising that I too might be a complicated girl of the world if solely I wore them. At a time when the recognition of the Victoria's Secret angels was at an all-time excessive, Agent Provocateur provided one thing completely different. Instead, I'm an everyday girl with an everyday funs which doesn't embody very a lot Agent Provocateur. Because distress actually does love firm, I thought I'd share these items with you so we'd grieve and mourn collectively. And, if you happen to occur to be studying this through the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, I simply need to share some fairly issues. I imagine we will all use a little bit of fairly proper now. Released in 2011, that is the Agent Provocateur costume to finish all attire. Somewhere between Dior's new look and a vampire CEO, the Torah costume titillates in all the perfect methods with impeccable tailoring and a corset laced again. Floral dressing gown. You do not at all times know when a chunk will turn out to be your metaphorical white whale, and the floral dressing gown from the AW 2013 assortment is precisely one of many items. Obviously, that does not assist me in any respect, nor does the truth that the few robes I discover on websites like eBay are normally too small, too costly, or each. Zuri lingerie set. Let's proceed our journey down reminiscence lane with Agent Provocateur's Zuri assortment. Released in a number of completely different colorways, I imagine my favorite must be the crimson incarnation from AW 2013. I do imagine that if I owned this, I'd be roughly 40% nearer to reaching that. The most up-to-date addition to my Agent Provocateur wish list, I barely observed this costume when it first debuted in spring/summer 2014, however now I cannot get sufficient of it. Like a number of items on this checklist, the EMI has been made in a spread of colorways together with peach, black, crimson, and fuchsia, however appears greatest, for my part, in peach. I ran throughout this silk ombre gown once more whereas engaged on this piece, and now I'd very like to have it.